Hi, everybody. Today we're talking with Peoria Players. This is Nikki Hashke. And, well, tell us what Peoria Players is.
Well, we are a nonprofit community theater, and we are about to open with our 99th consecutive season.
Wow.
We've already started planning for our 100th season, which starts exactly in 1 year.
Wow. And for those that don't know, this is the top 5 oldest community.
Yes, we are the longest continuously running community theater in Illinois and the 4th longest in the nation.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Very proud of our history.
Yeah.
We have a lot of history, learned a lot of history from this program just over the few years that we've been doing it. So what kind of plays, what's some of the history behind?
We started in 1919 with The Maker of Dreams, and we've been in continuous operation since. We haven't missed a season since 1919, so, and that's been really, I mean, from the community and the patrons have really kept us alive, so.
So have any stars started here and gone on?
We have had a lot of people come through here and make their way to, well, we had Tammy Lane, who won a couple of Oscars for her work on Narnia and The Hobbit. I'm probably getting all these titles wrong, but she's a very talented makeup artist.
Right.
So, yeah. So there's been a lot of people who have come through here and gone to New York and even Chicago and LA. So we've seen a lot of very talented people come through here.
So why should somebody come here and watch a play?
We have a lot of really good shows that we do, top-notch quality. And actually, this current season that we are doing, we have all new shows that have never been done at Peoria Players or in the area at all. So we're very excited about that. And a lot of people are saying you've got a great season coming up. I haven't seen this show or that show, and we're very proud to offer that.
You have a lot of family history here?
We do. I've been here 25 years now, and well, actually, I've been involved here since '81, but working here for 25 years. My mom has been working here for 40 years next year.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's one big family though. Other than just my mom and I mean, everybody involved has become family to us. We've seen a lot of people go through here.
So is it part of the Park District, or how is it?
No, they own our building, and we rent our building from them, but we're a separate entity from the Park District.
And have you always been at this location?
No, we started out, we've been, the Majestic Theater, the Peoria Women's Club. We were at the Jackson Street Firehouse until I-74 was built back in the mid-'50s, so we had to take our show on the road. It took out the back half of our theater at the Jackson Street Firehouse, and so we took our show on the road, so to speak, so we didn't miss our continuous operation status. And then this location, this building was being built in '57 by Les Kenyon, who was a local architect. His wife was Theo Jean, and so we've been here since 1957.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about what you do here?
The people.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of very nice people, a lot of very good friends through the theater, and a lot of talented people. So I'm very honored to say that I've gotten to see a lot of really good shows and seen a lot of talented people.
And what's one of your favorite plays?
Oh my gosh. Evita is my all-time favorite anywhere. We did a 14 performance, sold-out performance run of Cats back in 2006. We did Phantom, the Maury Yeston version. It wasn't the Andrew Lloyd Webber version of Phantom of the Opera, but I love that one. That was in '94. Had a multi-level set and some special effects. And oh my gosh, I don't know if I could really choose just one, but Evita I think is my all-time favorite for the soundtrack, the score.
Okay. And do you do any acting here?
Not anymore, no.
But you did?
I did. My first experience here was in ¡81 with The Wizard of Oz.
Okay. And what role did you play?
A munchkin. I was a lullaby leaker. I haven't grown much since then, but so,
That would be so much fun, though.
I know. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
So speaking of actors and actresses, how do you get your people that come through here?
We just put out a call for auditions, PSAs in the newspaper. Facebook now is huge for us, Facebook and Twitter. And, we just have, new people come through here all the time.
So you don't have like the same set with every play?
No, we do have some of the same people.
Sure.
That do several shows throughout the season or multiple seasons.
Okay.
But every show we get new people, and that's really neat. Several new people. So we love seeing, the veterans, of course, but also new faces on our stage.
Yeah, and probably all age ranges then, too?
Yeah. And of course, it depends on the show. We just closed with our 21st annual Summer Youth Theater. We did Bring It On the musical, and that was really cool because if you know the story Bring It On, it's about cheerleading competition.
Yep.
And I thought, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? But I'll tell you, Sandra Idapalo and Nick Sutter were the directors, and they really got a good group of kids. They were doing the jumps and the throws and the kicks and all that, the flips. So
Wow.
every time they
and
throw,
here.
on the stage, every time they throw the girl up to do the toe touch jump high up, my heart would stop. I'm thinking, oh God, don't drop her.
So you have different play seasons, different, you have youth, obviously.
Yeah, we do our youth theater every August, and then our main season runs September through May. We have a holiday show in December, and then a musical review in June.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So is it all local actors?
Yes.
All the time?
Yep.
Awesome.
From all over the area.
So do you have, we're really big on volunteerism.
Yeah.
Do you have volunteers to help?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes we do. Everybody that does all the shows are volunteer. Everybody that works backstage is volunteer. So we're very lucky in that regard.
So if somebody's handy, they should get a hold of you?
Absolutely. We always need set builders, prop people, makeup people, costumers. We have an enormous costume department here. A lot of the other local theaters and schools and things like that come to us for costumes. Bonnie Larson is our costume mistress, and she has about 3 different areas here in the theater where she keps all the costumes and accessories and
That would be
all
very
that.
fun.
Yeah, it's really.
We should have all been in costume.
I know. We could have got a lot to choose from, I tell you.
Next time. Absolutely. So someone, in regards to all your plays, could probably purchase season tickets then, right?
Yes, they're on sale now for $100. They
Okay.
include 6 shows.
Wow.
We open with Hunchback of Notre Dame, which you'll find out a little bit more about with Travis Olson.
Okay.
The Woman in Black, Rock of Ages, which just cast that one this past weekend. Sunset Boulevard, Bonnie and Clyde, which is a new musical, and Mamma Mia. We're closing our season with that one next May.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think it's been a little bit since I've been here, but I know that you guys have a beautiful theater.
Yeah, we're constantly working to update it. We're working on getting new seats right now. We just have to find the money. That's the big thing. We need about $75,000 to replace all the seats. So
That's a little bit of cash.
it is. So I think our board's going to talk about some kind of campaign or fundraising. To do that, we really need to do that. That's first and foremost on our list.
So if somebody wanted to donate to that, where
Oh,
would
yeah,
they
we'll
go to do that?
688-4473.
That was a little fast. Try again.
688-4473. Any donation.
Can they donate online?
We don't have that set up yet, but
Okay.
yes, I think we are going to be doing that.
Okay.
4300 North University is our address, 61614.
To mail a check.
Anything. We're so in need of money for the seats.
So if somebody wants to see your season that's coming up, can they see that online? Do you guys have a website?
Yes, peoriaplayers.org is
Okay.
where to go online.
So then they can check that out, but they need to come here to purchase season tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
$100.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
For 6 shows.
Basically, you get a show for free. And I know some people have questioned, why are you raising the price of season tickets? We actually have held off for a couple of years in raising the price. Our royalties go up. To put on a musical,
Right.
it costs between $17,000 and $20,000. Just non-musicals aren't quite as expensive, but musicals, the royalties are very high. And, we do pay our orchestra members, so that adds a little bit more to the budget.
Wow.
Costs are going up. So we tried to hold off on raising our prices, but we just couldn't do it anymore.
We went to Chicago to a play, and it cost a little bit more than
Just a little bit.
$100.
Was it $100 for the show?
Yeah.
A little
Or
bit
The
more?
more.
show, the one show
The one
alone.
show,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
This way you're getting 6 shows
yeah,
with the season ticket.
wow.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to be an actor or behind the scenes, join them.
We'll take anybody. This is the place to go. We always welcome new people, and
Helping them along the way, too.
absolutely, yeah.
And very conveniently located. You're right in the center of Peoria.
Corner of Lake and University. At one time, some years ago, there was talk about going downtown, but the parking down there isn't as convenient. you know, the location. It's so easy. People will call us and get tickets to a show, and they'll say, "Where are you located?" We say, "Right on the corner of Lake Newt. We're up on the hill, you know, with the marquee." "Oh, I pass that every day." They don't realize that's us.
Right.
And in fact, our marquee is the last, I think the very last Chasing Lights marquee in the city. They've been outlawed because they're considered a traffic distraction.
Wow.
So we're grandfathered in, so if we ever
Okay.
get a different marquee, then, you know, we can't go back to the Chasing Lights marquee. So it's kind of a unique thing.
Yeah.
We're very...
This is amazing, and you're going to kill me, but I've never been here before. So, yeah.
You have to come, Tim.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will definitely get season tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a good gift for your wife. It'd
There
be a
you
good
go.
date
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
We haven't done that for a while, so anyways. Peoria Players, awesome place right here, 4300 University. Great place to come. We're going to take you behind the scenes with one of the plays that's going to happen, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now we're behind the scenes here, and what's the play?
We're doing Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Didn't even introduce our guest. This is Travis Olson, and what is your job here?
I am the director of said show.
Awesome.
Will this just be the one show you do for the year, or do you do multiple?
At this theater, this will be the only show that I do this year.
Okay.
I have directed at other theaters, such as Cornstalk, Eastlight, and done 2 other shows here. So
Very cool.
Awesome. What do you like about this location?
this well, for one, it's cool because we're inside. Doing stuff at Cornstalk, you're outside, and the weather kind of dictates what you do. But here, there's a nice support system for all things technical. We have a lot of help with backstage with the lighting and the sound, and we just have a good bunch of people that I like to work with here.
So being a director, what has that involved?
Well, about a year ago, when we started, basically you have to assemble your team, which would be your choreographer, your music person, pretty much everybody else that's not on stage, assembling them and then reviewing the script many times, and trying to figure out what you need and what you have to do to get that done.
So how many actors are in this play?
We're kind of lucky with this show because we have a chorus that sings the background, and that's almost 40 people. But then
Wow.
on stage, we have another 35. So we have quite a few people involved in our show as well as backstage.
Wow.
So do you have backup people for your main actors,
No,
actresses?
if they get sick, they still go on.
Oh my goodness.
The play must go on.
It does, yes.
No matter what.
So as a director for every single play, you have to start over from scratch and
Start over from scratch.
do a whole new staff.
For the most part, I personally like working with the same people over and over again,
Okay.
and my musician's been with me for the past 3 shows here. My costumer, she's been with me for quite a few shows. New person for me this year is my choreographer, and she's a delight to work with. Her name's Colleen, so we have a good time.
So how long have you been a director?
About 10 years now.
Okay.
And my first show was here at doing their youth show. We did Bye Bye Birdie.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun. We had 46 kids on stage doing that fun musical that everybody's familiar with. And also here, it's really strange. I was just thinking about this today. The 3 shows that I've done here, which is this show, I co-directed Shrek, the musical, and Addams Family, the musical. And they all deal with personalities not being what you think they are. So this show kind of delves in a different direction, but yet it still kind of discovers that.
So are you musically inclined?
I am not.
And is this a musical?
It is a musical. We have the choir that sings most of the, like I said, the background music, but it's a lot of church music and a lot of, I want to say arias, but it's kind of like what you would hear at church at Christmas, that type of music. And it's all sung in Latin. The choir, not the actors. They all sing pretty much what you can understand.
So name some of the actors that you have in this one.
Well, let's see. We have Tyler Smith. He's our Quasimodo. We have a newcomer. Her name is Vicky. She's from Bloomington. Dave Montague from Peoria. He's been in quite a few shows here. Creighton. He's a friend of all of us. This is his first time doing a show ever.
Creighton
And-
Burrell is.
Burrell, yes, yes. and then assorted other characters.
So what's his part?
Creighton's part, he is the love interest, and he's new to town, and he's trying to work with the priest of the town, and he's kind of like the police, and he wrangles up the gypsies and gets rid of them as much as he can. But then we have some twists and turns, and well, you know, love kind of falls into it.
So is this your first time with this play?
This first time with this play. We're a regional premiere in this area, so we have luckily been given the chance to do this show. Typically, we don't try to repeat things, and this show has not been done at all in Illinois, except for, I think, in Rockford.
Wow.
It's kind of impressive that we got this opportunity.
What does that mean, and how do you guys get the opportunity?
There are theater companies, licensing companies out of New York and I believe on the East Coast,
Okay.
and they own the license to these shows.
Okay.
And we petition them for different shows. They then give us the rights or the ability to do it, and we pay our money and we basically put on the show. But for instance, this show never made it to Broadway, so we had to, when it came available, we had to petition for it, and since it didn't go to Broadway, there's not many people know about it. So it's word of mouth and such to try to boost up our ticket sales.
Interesting, but there's a movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. There's
There
a
is.
cartoon. So is it similar to that, or is it
It
going to
has
be
the same music.
Okay.
It's a little bit darker.
Okay.
Disney. It is a Disney musical, but this show is based more on the Victor Hugo version of the show.
Okay.
And like I said, it's dark, and there's some adult themes that I don't think kids of the age of 8 and 9 would quite understand.
Okay, interesting. So in going with that, so you have to change parts of it so it's not identical to
Yes.
the original.
Because Disney owns a license.
Okay.
They give us certain regulations that we have to abide by, and one of
Okay.
them is we can't copy exactly what they have in the cartoon. So
Okay.
we have similar costumes and similar hairstyles, but it's not identical to what you would see in Disney World or Disneyland.
So,
So-
compared to from the other ones that you have done, what have been some of your challenges?
We have a bigger choir. Each show has its own set of circumstances that we have to adapt and adopt and improve to make it our own. This one was basically one of the hardest things for us to come up with for the show was the bells, because that's what the show's all about.
Yeah.
Is ringing the bells, letting people know what time it is, because that's how nobody had clocks, nobody had watches or cell phones to look at, so they relied on the bells to tell them that it's 8 o'clock, it's time to go to bed. So we had to find those somewhere or make them. But luckily I found a company or a high school up in Appleton, Wisconsin that we rented these bells from.
Very
and
cool.
We had them brought down, and luckily 2 Men in a Truck were happy to say, we'll help you do that. So they loaded them up yesterday, brought them down here, 5-hour trip, and we loaded them in here yesterday.
So how soon does this play hit?
We open September 8th, so that we're
Okay.
a little less than 2 weeks away.
Oh boy.
So we're a lot of little finishing touches.
So
Yep.
when's the best time to come?
Best time to come would be anytime. I would say the first weekend would probably be your best bet, because there'll be more tickets available at that point. And we're hoping that will sell out, of course. But because of word of mouth, what I've noticed in my past is that first weekends are usually softer, meaning less tickets are being sold, and then people start talking about it, and then the hype gets there. So you're probably more apt to find tickets the first weekend.
Very cool. So can someone still get like front row and really close up
You sure
seats?
can, yes. I don't know if you'd want to be front row, because that's a little close. But
Sure.
there are plenty of seats available.
What would you think would be an ideal seat out there?
Honestly, I like row M as in Mary.
Okay.
That's typically where I get my
Is that like
seats.
right in the center?
Right in the center.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
M for middle.
M for middle.
There we go.
Oh boy. I think because I think I've noticed from going to plays that they have to change them. So I'm just kind of curious, like how little or like what's the minimum amount of change so that you're abiding by these regulations? Like, is it literally just like a color of a dress that it
could
can't
a
be
color of the
identical?
dress. Of course, a gypsy's dress has to be pretty stereotypical gypsy's dress. So what we've done is I think her top in the cartoon is white, and we've actually gone with a purple, and her sash is a different color, and so
Just colors
Just
will
a
help
color
it
would
be a
change.
little bit different. Do you have to change certain words or songs or anything?
no,
Or?
the way the licensing works is we have to abide by their script, word for word,
Oh,
and go from there because they've adapted it for themselves.
sure. I keep because I think like some different plays that I've seen, they're changing, kind of like Annie, right? You've seen different plays, different versions, and they're different. So, and, the Nutcracker for that matter,
Right.
It gets changed. So, like, can anybody come along and get that licensing and then change it however they want to?
Typically, no.
Okay.
With something like the Nutcracker, that's been around for so long that
Sure.
the licensing on that's a little bit different. And of course, you have to adapt to what you have. For instance, if we didn't get a great person to be Clopin, a male, then we would have to go with a female. But typically, we try to stay true to the script.
Interesting. So then, too, can anyone come and
Audition?
try? Yeah.
Yes.
Whether they've ever done a play or not.
Well, good question because Creighton Burrell, it's his first time on stage in Peoria or actually anywhere. So he just heard about it and he's like, you know what, I got to do that. And he came up and...
So it's kind of like a bucket list kind of thing. I'm going to be in a play.
Exactly. And there are parts for
That's
everybody.
great.
Whether it's just like Creighton, he's a lead, or just standing in the choir or the chorus. And I look at it as a good way of getting some free education, free dance lessons, free music lessons, free acting lessons, things that you would normally have to pay for. And doing community theater actually is kind of fun, and we've kind of built our own little family around here.
So you don't have to have a resume to come and...
No. You could come and you could be in our choir.
I think that's what she's getting at.
I don't think so.
Next time.
You can do that.
I don't think so. It might take a little bit more to get me up there, but
I
thanks,
could be a
Tim.
bell.
There you go.
You could be a bell. I'm not going to go there.
That's a nice thing.
But that's a lot of fun because it's all volunteer driven.
It is, yes.
So what kind of time commitment would we be looking at? So say somebody says, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to try this out. But they're going to have to put some time and effort into
They're going to have
this.
to put some time or effort into it. Actors, for the most part, we rehearse typically Monday through Thursday, sometimes Saturdays. It depends on the show. And then, of course, when we get into Tech Week or the week before, then it's probably 5 or 6 days a week. And then, of course, the run of the show.
And is this during the day or in the evening?
In the evenings after work.
Okay.
I think everybody here has a day job.
Okay.
I work with Ashley Furniture, so I'm there from 7 in the morning until 5 o'clock at night. And
Okay.
Then come here and do this until 9:30 or 10 at night.
Oh my goodness.
Turn around and do the same thing the next day.
That's a long day.
It's craziness, but it's fun.
That's
It
very
would be a lot
cool.
of fun.
What's your favorite part about being here?
The family. Just mentioned that. The family, getting to know everybody, and the friendships that last outside of these four walls. That's where I met my partner. That's where I have a lot of friends that we've just hang around with, and we go motorboating and skiing and swimming all the time, all together. So
That's very
So
cool.
what inspired you? What got you started in this?
I have always been driven. I've always done theater in my youth, and then basically it just kind of developed. I moved to Peoria and I started helping out backstage, and then I started designing sets by myself, and then it's like, well, you know what, let's try directing, and did that and had fun with it, and here we are.
What's your favorite play that you've done so far? Not
Oh,
including this one.
That's not fair.
Top few.
Top few. I will say that Addams Family was a lot of fun. There was a
Okay.
lot of challenges.
That would be a lot of fun.
Trying to keep true to the cartoon. Also, I love doing Footloose. Was a lot of fun over Cornstalk. Little Shop of Horrors, I've done that 6 times between here, there, and everywhere else.
Holy cow.
And yeah, it's just one of those lots of little things that happen. So
Very neat.
We're going to show you some scenes, a little bit of the background here, just a little bit of footage. But thanks so much for your time,
thank you.
Travis.
It was nice to meet you.
Very nice meeting you.
Thank you.
So I wanted to take just a minute and show the bells that he was talking about.
Sure.
So,
This is Bertha.
Bertha?
Yes, and that's the Bold right behind you. We rented these from Appleton, Wisconsin, and we had those transported down.
They're very heavy, right?
No. They're made out of styrofoam, and they have a hard coating on top of them. But they're about 150 to 200 pounds each.
Wow. They're amazing looking. I mean, for stage, they'll look awesome.
I'm sure they'll look great from the audience.
Yeah, you just got to hang them up now.
We have to hang them up and let them ring.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the platform here and kind of go through. So, you've had this drawn up pretty much for months
about
now?
a few months, yes. We've been working on the blocking and such. I pretty much designed what's here. It's kind of a takeoff from the pre-Broadway run, which was in La Jolla, but we kind of changed it a little bit and made it our own. But there's 22 platforms all around and big giant 2x12s that are 20 foot tall that he actually climbs up and down on. So it's gonna be crazy.
Wow.
We'll have our choir here and up top on both sides, and yeah, it's a lot of work.
So what are the poles sticking out of the side? Is that what
That's
he's
for
climbing
him
up?
to climb with. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been practicing him going up and down for the past couple of days.
That's like 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's quite insane. We've had a bunch of people helping us build it. About 45 people actually came in to help us, which includes cast, and put in a lot of time last couple weekends. So if you want to come help, we're more than willing to take your help with that.
Awesome. We're always glad to find people to help out.
Exactly.
Let's take a spin around.
Sure.
Go ahead and I'm going to let you spin and take a look. We have actors here acting.
We're in the middle of a rehearsal. They're just getting started. They're rehearsing a scene, and they're going to start singing here shortly in a second. But
So this
everything's
is
here.
fairly tall throughout.
Yes.
Right?
Sounds good. Give us just a minute.
And that's it. That's the tour.
Come join us here at Peoria Players.
And what's the dates?
The dates are September 8th through the 18th.
All right. Have a
Hunchback of
good
Notre
day.
Dame. Thanks.